This is a Nissan Skyline GT-R R32 from INNO64, and today we are gonna see why this particular very special edition is something you gotta, if possible, have in your collection. Now, I know you guys are probably sick of me saying the same phrase again and again, but definitely this is something, especially if you're in Singapore, right, guys? This is something you gotta really have. Now, let me explain why. Now, first things first, look at what it says. This is the Singapore Diecast Expo X IAM 2024 Special Edition car. So yes, this was released last year in September, or was it in October, during the Singapore Diecast Expo. Now, I unfortunately missed the event because I was overseas for work, and we didn't manage to cope this when it came out, right? However, they had a re-release and we finally managed to buy one for ourselves. And now here's the thing. And we'll get back to the re-release in a bit, so just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, guys. We'll get back to that in a bit. I just want to talk about the car first. Now, reason why this is special is because obviously it's a Singapore Diecast Expo exclusive, right? Now, if you turn to the back, you can see a couple of brands that are very familiar. Beehive in Singapore, Corey. Now they are the ones that organize the Diecast Expo, right? Then we've got Black Crow Customs right there. Now, for those that don't know, Black Crow Customs is a customizer here in Singapore, right? And we, recently invited him over to our podcast episodes. For our podcast episodes over at Gridlock Diecast Show, for those that don't know, he was there for 2 episodes. Lovely person, huge, amazing, just an amazingly great guy in all aspects, and super successful one in the customizing scene as well, right? And if you look at the car, there's some decals there that I want to talk about as well. So before that, let's open the car. Obviously, you look at the backdrop over here, right? Let me just remove this for a while. If you look at the backdrop, obviously it's a Singapore backdrop. We've got a flyer, MBS, Gardens by the Bay right there. Obviously the Marina Bay skyline right there. Whoever took this photograph, a very nice concept. I like what they've done with like the whole panoramic view. So I'm going to put this here because she's beautiful, not going to lie. But here we have the car. Now, we're obviously going to open this up, right? Because that's not important. No, first things first, it does say Singapore Diecast Expo 2024, which was last year, right? It says the same thing here on the hood. A carbon fiber hood as well. It says Nissan Skyline GT-R R32 because this is an R32, and it does say Singapore Diecast Expo X IAM 2024 Singapore Special Edition. Now, for what's IAM? IAM is International Auto Modified. Now, for last year's Diecast Expo, it was like a little joint venture between IAM and SGD, or Singapore Diecast Expo, right? So the shared space, which obviously was a great thing, not gonna lie. But unfortunately for me, I missed it, like I mentioned, because I was away from work and I didn't really get to enjoy. But this year, don't worry guys, this year I promise I'm gonna be back. I'll be there, and hopefully I can, get the exclusives for this year. Anyways, back to the car now. Like I was saying, the decals that I want to talk about. Firstly, Black Crow Customs on top of the windscreen right there. VP Racing, obviously, a main sponsor of this. Anyways, Black Crow Customs right there. Once again, congratulations, Crow Usury. My man, this is a brilliant accomplishment, not gonna lie. Now, this logo right here, right, the B right there, that's Black Crow's logo as well. But what's below is Daily Diecast SG's logo, which means our boy Jordan managed to get onto there. And I believe, let me just try the other 2 logos there are from HOTDC, which is the House of Diecast Collectors, and Boom Charlie Studio. Once again, amazing resellers here in Singapore. And to have their logos on a car is just insane, right? We've got IAM's logo right there, 64's logo right there, MY64 logo right there. This is Street Regular here, VP Racing, and then obviously the logo on the top. On the back, it says D-Hive, obviously the organizers for the Diecast Expo. Exactly the same on this side. And the rear, let's check the rear. We've got VP Racing, we've got SGP24 on the license plate. Whoa, check that out. SGP obviously stands for Singapore. What does SGP stand for? That's a good question, guys. If you know what the P stands for in the SG, let me know in the comments down below as well. This is very interesting. But regardless, a very nice thing, right? It's nice to have. Obviously, we've got Corey's decal in the front, VP Racing right there. And these are plastic headlight temples. Now you guys, I hope you guys by now understand why this is a very special casting, because it's full of Singapore's mark in a sense, right? We've got everyone in Singapore, almost all the big names in Singapore in one car from INNO64, right? I think it's a massive accomplishment. I do love this, and it's nice to have this particular car in my collection. The interior, a rather grey interior. It's not a black interior, it's a grey interior, so you guys can see a bit of the interior as well. There's a bit of a contrast on the seats as well, which once again is nice to see. The steering wheel is black as well. Obviously nothing in the base. I'm not going to unscrew this because it's so much of an effort, and there's nothing in the base usually that would excite me regardless. The tires have treads as well, so that's nicely done. And I gotta be honest, I do love the paint job on this, right? The blue with the white and the white rims just go well with the carbon fiber hood as well. So once again, congratulations to everyone, you know, for making this an amazing dream come true. I believe it's a huge accomplishment. Now, with that being said, one thing that kind of bugged me is the re-release thing that INNO64 did. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Once again, this is all hearsay. It's what I've heard from people. Correct me if I'm wrong, but apparently during the Diecast Expo, what we heard was that it was limited. Was it limited? I don't remember how they phrased it, but essentially they only had 500 pieces of this, and they were all sold out within the first 2 or 3 hours. They were all sold out, right? And I remember a couple of weeks later when we had another event called the Paku Gelang. I went over, people, they were selling this for like what, $100 ish per piece, right? So it justifies because it's limited to 500 ish, right? But what I recently, or how I got this is because then subsequently decides to re-release this exact same car with everything, right? Which I kind of feel like was an unfair thing to do. It kind of might have ruined the whole hype behind the casting, or the whole like the speciality of the casting being limited and stuff. Once again, I might be wrong, guys. Let me know in the comments what the actual story is. I'd definitely love to hear from you guys. But yeah, if what I heard is true, then it's a massive disappointment from definitely, right? But that's something that's just on the back end. The car by itself is beautiful. Congratulations to everyone, Black Crow, Jordan from Daily, HOTDC, and obviously Boom Charlie Studios and the rest of them for obviously working together, D-Hive and Korea as well, working together to produce this car to kind of put Singapore's name on the map once again, right? That by itself is phenomenal. Once again, guys, just let me know in the comments if you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you guys enjoy such content, right? Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next as well. But just like, guys, this video is over. I'll see you in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.